Okay, students, Iqbal ready?
Yeah.
So if you see the mock number 1, the positive side of the mock, I can say in the management case study, if you have just gone through the previous past papers, the positive sides of the management case study is that you will get a small question. I'll just say one thing, you'll get a small question, not a very big question, small question generally. Okay, so one good thing is your reading time is saved. Your reading time is saved. Your reading time is saved. So the issue comes in the writing and the thinking. The issue comes in the writing and the thinking. Okay, so you need to think before you write. So that is the issue you will be facing. But reading time is saved. So thinking and writing is very crucial here. So students now in the exams, like even the last time they gave like this 60%, 40%. Now, one thing you need to remember, students, one question is how many marks, Mr. Iqbal? In the exams, one question is how many marks? This area will be like how many marks? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, but I forgot at the moment.
You forgot, okay. Anyone, can someone tell me how many marks is one section? Because this is a very crucial question you need to ask yourself before you start doing. How many marks is one section? Can someone comment in the comment box, or you can just tell me how many marks, students, is one question? One question. One question. Mr. Rikas, why are you not replying? Please, can you respond a little faster? We can work. Thank you, Shanti. It's a 25 marks. It's generally 25 marks. Okay, 25 marks. So I'll write here 25 marks is the area what I'm getting. So students, just keep in mind, if they say 60% means this will be 60 into 25 marks. So can someone guide me 60 into 25 marks? How much are you getting? 60 into 25 marks. It is 15 marks. Thank you. It is 15 marks. And the next one I can say here, it's giving you how many marks, if you don't mind. So it will definitely give you 10 marks. So I'll just put that 10 marks. So students, now one major mistakes that majority has encountered in this paper is please do the marking lot properly. Please do the marking lot properly. So if you don't mind, students, can you please write it in your writing book, the marking lot, students. Please, can you write down the marking lot is wrong. It's completely wrong, students. The marking lot is something you need to improve. So until you are writing, I'll just help some students who are stuck. Okay, students, that is sorted. So one thing, students, I just want to guide you that even though this paper is now they are telling they don't test the skills, they are testing the skills. Because if you look at the last time, the exam result sheet, they have clearly mentioned the core area, that is a technical skill, business skill, people skill, and the other one is the leadership skill. Okay, so they have clearly mentioned the core areas in each of this skill. They have clearly mentioned the core area in each of the skill. They have clearly mentioned the core area in each of the skill, but you should be able to apply specifically. You should be able to apply specifically to that organization. Now students, if you look at here, they have clearly mentioned firstly, how can we evaluate? Firstly, how can we evaluate? Now students, if you look at the answer of Mr. Yusuf, he has not done evaluation, he has done analysis. So be careful with the verb. The answer of Mr. Yusuf will score at least 18 or 20 out of 25 if he has done the analysis, if the requirement was analysis. But here the question is specifically stating evaluate, specifically stating evaluate. Value chain into our system when sending the proposal to mail and tourist board, to sending the proposal to mail and tourist board. So you should be focusing on whom? You should be focusing on whom? Your company or mail and tourist board? Your company or towards mail and tourist board? For whom do you need to focus on? It's for mail and tourist board. No, it's for mail and tourist board. You should be specifically focusing for mail and tourist board, because you should be thinking how can we attract mail and tourist board with our value chain. Are we following their requirements in our value chain? Are we following their requirements in our value chain? Sankalp, are you getting the question clearly?
Yeah.
So you all have written a basic value chain analysis. Basic value chain analysis, but here it is not basic value chain analysis. It is purely the application. Are you getting what I'm saying? It is purely the application. Secondly, please be consider the business perspective. So I'll underline the term business perspective. Our hotel will face as a result of this proposal. So we do not know what is the proposal. So we'll just go through this. We only have 6 hotels of our company at 5-star level. And the rest 4-star hotels, we are planning to transform some hotels into 5-star hotels. So in order to get the accreditation, we have to submit a proposal to Mainlandia Tourist Board. Submit a proposal to Mainlandia Tourist Board. So we are working on it. We are working on it. We are working on it. Mainlandia Tourist Board. So we are working on it. So we are going to convert our 4-star hotels into 5-star hotels. So we are going to convert this in our Mainlandia Tourist Board. So students, now my question here is, if you generally see this page, I'll just show you this page. So many of you all have completely ignored this page in the pre-seen material. That is this one, hotel star rating. So I think no one has considered this. We have everything in our 4-star hotel except the proactive customer service. So only some has mentioned, but no one has considered. And if you see the value chain, now if you see Yusuf's answer, it's good, but it can be better. You get what I'm saying, students? Hello? Because this value chain is this. What do you think, students? Yes or no? Hello?
Definitely.
This is the value chain. Because students, you all are writing a value chain what you have studied in the class. You are writing a value chain what you have purely studied in the class. So students, please keep in mind, this is the value chain that is required in the examination. This is the value chain that is required in the examination. Okay, so just keep in mind, students, you all have completely missed the value chain what they are requesting. And even if you see proactive customer service, what is proactive customer service is not mentioned. So your skeptical knowledge is where you need to mention your own understanding. What can be proactive customer service? For example, can someone tell me one proactive customer service that you are thinking?
Concierge.
Not clear. One proactive customer service.
For example, I mean, replying to a negative comment, I mean, making them happy that your voice is heard, we can do it in the future, better service we provide, make them happy that you're not ignored if someone is leaving negative comments.
Not exactly. That is reactive customer service. Proactive customer service is simply like helping them to find out locations. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, trying to get them tickets for some events in advance. Hello?
Okay, like Erika said that the location is not too far, so it means we
Not
can help him
location.
to.
No, 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 not that location. I am telling, helping them to identify some tourist destinations, guiding them. Concierges should help them to do it. Hello?
Yeah.
Unknown customers just to help them. That is one. Another proactive customer service is laundry services. Do they have any laundry services here? Hello? Did anyone check any laundry services? No. So
So,
you can just keep that in mind, students. So those are the services that you can keep it very much. Going beyond their requirements, correct? Going beyond their requirements, especially what are their requirements, we need to analyze. So students, that looks fine here. So the main issue what has happened in your answer, you all have not related to the pre-seen material what they have given. You have not mentioned anything to the I would consider prompt phone call service that looks a proactive service. Looks fine. Okay. um, what about the airport dropping? You can drop them on the airport before they are looking on the checking date if they are going back to their country. So you can book on time, everything. So that seems, I can say, as proactive customer service. And students, another mistake I have observed, especially from students like Shanti, everyone, it is brain dumping. For example, you all have written the entire value chain, but it is not related to our Lin Hio's requirement. So my question, who is Lin Hio? Can someone tell me? Iqbal, who is Lin Hio in our case study? Lin Hio, who is he in our case study?
uh, uh, then here,
You can use the present material. Lin Hio, who is he? Yusuf, who is Lin Hio? If you possible, can someone tell me who
marketing
is
director.
marketing director? Actually, he's the marketing director. So students, you should keep that person's name, marketing director. Will he know about value chain or will not know about value chain? My question, my logical question to you all: will the marketing director be aware about value chain or not aware about value chain? Boone, you're telling no. I think it's wrong answer. Actually, marketing director will definitely know value chain. Thanks, Iqbal. Correct or not correct, Iqbal? Yes or no?
Yes,
Will the
definitely.
marketing director definitely will know the value chain? Definitely will know what is value chain. Okay, so the next thing what I'm saying here, we can consider that marketing director will definitely know what is value chain. So students, now I think I have done the framing. What did I do initially, students? Framing. So I will just put framing. So framing is understanding the requirement clearly. Understanding what, students? Understanding what, students? The requirement clearly. Now the first issue what I see in most of your answer, you have not understand the requirement clearly. That requirement understanding was not so good. You get the point, everyone? Yes or no? Hello?
Yep. Yes.
So that is the reason that majority or the entire class has gone out of the track, because now if you are going to do a basic examination, that value chain answer what you have written is 100%. I agree, that is correct. But in this value chain, it is a value chain for application for 5-star hotels. So when you are going to apply to the 5-star hotel value chain, you should be able to identify this is there or not there. I think that gives you a clear picture. So laundry service we do not have. I think, do you observe that? Do we have laundry service here? Laundry service. I think we don't have laundry service. So students, can you mention laundry service in a 5-star hotel is not there? Can there be additional marks you will score if you mention that as a service? Yes or no, students? Correct or not correct? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can score a lot of marks also. So students, what I will do now is I will be doing the analysis. So how many marks, students, we have identified for the part A? It is 15 marks. So do you need to brain dump the value chain, or you need to apply value chain for the requirement of our marketing director? We need to apply value chain for requirement. So I will tell you now, students, you should refer the answer of Mr. Yusuf. So when you refer, he has done the analysis. So I told you he has written inbound logistics to hotel. But unit evaluate means after writing that point, what Mr. Yusuf has written, an extra point should be mentioned. What is the future impact of that? What is the future impact of that? So Yusuf, your answer is having past and present, not the future. You get the point, Yusuf. Hello?
Yes, sir.
That is the only issue. So other than that, there is no problem. So the second one is also a big issue to many one. And only the correct answer that was properly scored in the second one was by Mr. Iqbal. So I will just explain why he scored that. So initially, students, I just want to tell you, when you are writing, this is how we need to develop value chain in our system. Okay. So you need to understand a heading. You should take a heading. So I will mention a heading, value chain. What is the heading I am taking, student? Value chain in Alpaca. In what company, students? Alpaca. Now one issue we have, you are addressing to the marketing director. So is an introduction relevant? Some students are writing, currently we have 50 hotels. Now I'm asking you, you are going to address, let's assume, a person, let's assume like Bill Gates. Will you address Bill Gates? Currently you are the owner of Microsoft. You are then he'll tell, what is this? You are writing everything about me. You need to write what I want. You get the point, everyone? Yes or no? Hello?
Yep.
So please don't waste your time by giving a huge bulky introduction. It's at least not value creating. So value chain in Alpaca, okay, for development, or for, I can say, instead of development, for upgradation, for what, students? Upgradation to what hotel, students? 5-star what, students? Hotels. Upgradation to 5-star hotel. Alpaca upgradation to 5-star hotel. To upgrade to 5-star hotel. Okay, now students, generally, so I will generally write in a black color pen. That is a technical. So this technical area will be black color. This business application I will write in red color. That is our color coding system. People I will write in green color. People I will write in green color. And Shanti has written very well in the people area. At least you have referred the stakeholders involved. And the leadership skill I will write in the blue color ink. Okay, students. So this is how I am going to structure my answer. So I will just mention a basic note. So students, value chain is a model that will develop a company's brand towards its services or products to a consumer based on the primary and support services it has incurred to bring the final product. Generally, the price of a product is determined based on the value chain. Now students, now this is just a basic explanation in my own words. But students, what I am going to do is that I am going to guide you on how we are going to do it. So students, I think you can see the screen. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So students, I will write with a purple color pen. That is my practical example. I can say Nike manufactures shoes. However, they charge premium for their products, because they have clearly communicated the value chain to the consumers. Now students, generally I'm telling you, if you generally see a product like Nike, it's very expensive, but still people tend to pay money for that. Yes or no? The main reason why people tend to pay money for Nike, I can clearly say, is they have a value system. For example, students, marketing and sales, who they use for Nike brand? They use Michael Jordan. Yes or no? Correct me. So if they are using Michael Jordan, I just want to ask you one question. Will they need to incur a lot of cost? Of course. And because of that, they are charging more premium. But if you generally see ASICS compared with Nike, it will be a little bit less. But the main reason ASICS is less is their value chain is not so broader like Nike. Students, are you getting the understanding of value chain basic logic? Any questions, you can feel free to ask. Students, I'll give you 30 seconds. Any questions, you can feel free to ask. Now you may have a question, why did he write Nike? Because students, again, examiner has told you need not write only the hotel example. You can write any examples, but it should be matching to that situation. Situational example. You get the point. Okay. So Arvind, can you communicate, please?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Arvind.
Yeah, sure.
So are you understanding this point, what I'm mentioning on value
Yes,
chain?
indeed, yeah.
Yes.
You're
No,
just
so,
saying, yeah,
so you are clear with the value chain here. So
yeah,
even if
100%.
you're going to have a 5-star hotel, the broader the value chain, you will be getting the 5-star status. But here,
Of course,
the
yeah.
only thing that you need to add this one, proactive customer service, correct?
Yeah,
The rest
yeah,
is
100%.
already there with our chain, only
Yeah,
the
sure.
proactive customer service.
So,
So students, one thing I want to say, you need to look at the answer of Mr. Erantha. It is very much short and up to the point. Now, the longer the answer also, you will not get the marks. You need to be very careful. The examiner has clearly mentioned that you should write the answer which is specific to the case study and not too much answer also. So if you see Mr. Erantha's answer, that looks fine, but not too much in detail. So students, now I'll just come here. The red color ink I will just use. That is, I can say Alpaca currently have a good value system. I'll just use the term value system since they are established from, can someone tell me from which year? Established from which year?
1930.
1930, and have a good maintenance till date. Okay, now I will come little bit with the people skill. Our staffs and the management team, which are decentralized, have contributed to the current success. Now students, I'll just come to the blue color ink, which is the leadership skill. So the leadership skill, I can say, however, the only service we are lagging in our 4-star hotels are what, students? Can you tell me what is the only service that we are lagging?
Proactive customer service.
Proactive customer service. Proactive customer service. Proactive customer service. Proactive customer service. Students, if you don't mind, can you just go through this paragraph what I have developed? Now, for example, students, technical is generally examiner is saying what is what. Technical in simple language is what, not definition. What. Business is generally what, students? Why. People is generally who. Leadership is generally how. So what is value chain? Why I put a practical explanation? Just to improve the reach of the answer. Why value chain is there in our company, and who are the people behind the value chain contribution, and what is the reason we are not getting a 5-star status. Okay. Hello.
Yep.
So students, any questions, please feel free to ask, because students, the main thing is the quality of understanding here, students. Any questions? Tarindu, any questions you have? You can feel free to ask. Tarindu, any questions?
So, sir, when we start a answer, sir, first of all, we should start off with a technical term. Like we should say that
Basic technical term.
this is this, but we should not go into too much detail because we are talking to our director, so we have to make the assumption that the director is very knowledgeable. But for the sake of politeness, we have to make a small, brief introduction.
Sentences. But Tarindu, instead of the marketing director, let's assume instead of marketing director, let's assume Samsung is asking you. Okay. Samsung is central division director. Let's assume they have not given much information who is Samsung. Okay, so what I'm generally telling is, if it is Samsung, then you need to ask yourself, will he be knowledgeable? So if he is not knowledgeable, an IT director, he may be not knowledgeable about value chain. So for an IT director, better you can improve your level of length. But for a marketing director, generally value chain is done in marketing as a main element. Like marketing mix, value chain is there for sure. Are you clear with what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Then, sir, when you consider the business element, sir, the goal there is to basically justify our technical side with a real life example of a very
In
successful company.
our current industry example, that is how this technical model is matching in our business. You get the point.
But Nike is not from the same industry, right, sir?
No,
scenario.
but I put that for the situational issue, because you can
Similar
combine
scenario.
similar scenario. For example, if you generally say currently COVID-19 is taking place, so instead of using same pandemic examples, we can also consider other examples that has been caused rather than pandemic, just to interrelate it. I think yesterday you'd have seen they were using iceberg theory. Inside this, you get the point, Tari. So it's the application.
Yes.
So I think that looks very much structured. So students, just keep in mind, it should not be so bulky answer also. Just keep that in mind, students. Okay, so I will come down to the next one. So value chain, Alpaca basic we have written. So students, firstly, how value chain into a system sending with proposal. So students, now another person we need to mention is Mail India Tourist Board. Correct, students? Yes or no? Hello.
Yeah.
So I can just say one more proactive customer service I just got to know. Students, how many of you have observed in some good hotels, they will send you emails when summer is coming. You like to book a room in our hotel. You get what I'm saying? How many of you will have observed that? Some big hotels, if you have given your email address, they will just give you offers that for this summer vacation, we are ready for you. Thank you for coming. Loyalty time. So that is one of the proactive service that we can keep in mind, students. So students, what I can generally say is people. Now, for example, this order can be for initial point. So let's come now. I can say a very basic explanation. So I can say generally the primary activities are very essential for any organization which are providing services or products. Okay, so students, again, I am not brain dumping. Primary activities are these. So students, now if you generally see in our hotel segment, out of the primary activity, what is the most important activity in our hotel service?
Operations.
Correct. So I'll mention here operation management is very crucial in order to draft a proposal. Now students, one problem we have, if you look at our business angle, our business is centralized or decentralized? Decentralized. So do you think one hotel will be good, another hotel will be underperforming? Can that happen? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, high chances will happen. So students, is it better to give a draft of a common operation management or operation management to different types of hotels in our chain? What do you think, students? Because students, if you generally see the north region where it is full of mountains, the operation management will be not same as the central region or the south region. What do you think, students? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So students, that is the major factor that most of you all ignored here. So I can just say that is the people skill. So I will just come to the green color ink. The operations will be different from one region to another region. Correct me, yes or no, students? Yes or no? It may differ based on the geographical and the people who are coming. So I will just come to the leadership point. Okay. Therefore, Sam Singh, comma, and I will just mention Marcus Chan. Sam, come and tell me who is Marcus Chan? Any ideas?
South
Division director, and the other one is Amy Lomati. That is the North Division. Should have a combined meeting and assess the feasibility in the local regions to have a proactive service, to have a proactive service. So students, frankly speaking, based on your experience, you may be knowing some areas you will not get high level of service. Correct me if I'm wrong. The labor quality will be poor in some region, and it is very costly to bring another labor and put in that. Migration cost may be higher. I think you all would have observed that. In some destination, in the same country, it will be different labor quality. Labor quality will be different. So Arvind, just asking from you, can I have a chat?
Yeah, sure.
One mistake, you have not mentioned any of the stakeholder. So that clearly states that you have been assuming that you are a student, not an employee of this company, Alpaca. You get the understanding, Arvind.
Yeah, 100%.
So even Mr. Rikas, even Mr. Erantha, and everyone in our classroom has completely ignored these three people. So I want to ask a question. Iqbal, if you are working in Alpaca, will you just go ahead with the value chain, or will you have a conversation with your co-employees and go for a proposal?
Of course, with co-employees first.
Yes, so that is a mistake. So students, I prefer you are writing down all these points. Recording is going on, I agree, but still whatever you write while the class is going on will be very much effective, more than productive later. Please write it down. Complete mistake.
So,
Yes, Darindu.
so basically you're saying that we need to be more specific again. It's
100% specific, like you are working specifically.
Yes.
And
no immersion.
Yes, no more simulation. You get the point. I
Yes.
simulated there is a human being like Sam. I simulated there's a Marcus Chan. I simulated Amy. You get the point what I'm saying. So
Yes.
the issue, even when you look at the suggested answer, I will do one past paper session also with you all. It is completely a different answer from the expectation what the student. Now, generally students are used to write in the academic perspective, but in the examination, we are not told to write in academic perspective. We have been clearly explained to be in the application oriented. Correct me if I'm wrong, students. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that is the issue. So Arvind, can I just ask you a UK example? Hello?
Yes, yeah.
Arvind, in UK, do you think all the regions are developed, or still there are underdeveloping regions?
No, there are.
There are.
It has, yeah.
There
London
are.
will be different. Yeah.
100% different. Quality of labor, everything. Agree? So the main
100%,
reason we should agree with that, students, because this is not very easy, practically not easy to make everything 5-star, because regionally also there may be infrastructure issues. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, sure.
Because there may be logistic issues also. In some region, I have specially gone, I have observed you don't get Uber also. So there is a big issue. You will find it hard to get cabs, everything to travel. So in those area, even getting a 3-star is a big thing rather than 5-star. So there is a huge compliance risk that is taking place. So that is the second point I'm mentioning. And students, again, I'm telling it should not be extremely detailed. It should be matching to what you are writing. So students, just a minute. Okay, students, I think now, do you see a PDF screen also?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So students, I'm telling you, when you are going to do the exams, this screen of PDF will not be available. So in the exam, you should be very much thorough with the industry. That means not the real life industry. What students misunderstand is practical industry. That's wrong. This industry. In mainlandia, what is the requirement to be 5-star? But if you generally see in practical, the 5-star requirement will be different from what they mentioned here. Just keep that in mind, students. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So students, now let's come to the next point. So we have an issue in the primary active operations also. Sankalp, can you tell me, after operations, what is the next most important factor in a hotel value chain? because operations is crucial.
Marketing and sales.
Marketing and sales, I do agree with you. So can I just come to this marketing and sales? So students, the marketing and sales also, you all are writing very generic marketing and sales. Because here the marketing and sales also depends on the region. Example, South region, the marketing policy will be different from the city region, because central region. Because central region, we usually get business clients, yes or no, students? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello?
Yes.
And in the
Yep.
South
Yes.
region, people will be coming during the summer vacation. And even if you see the northern region, the people will be coming for adventure. Are you getting the point what I'm saying? So marketing and sales is a huge application. So can I just mention here, the marketing and sales will vary on different parts of the system. Correct me if I'm wrong, students. Now I think Sankalp will know, in the South Indian region, you have monsoon. Correct me. You'd have heard about that monsoon season, the
Yeah.
heavy rainy season.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you go through the North Indian region, you don't have monsoon. You have summer, winter only. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if you see in a working, someday you may be working in a hotel. So this will be very much useful for you. So marketing and sales will be on different parts, different system, vary on different parts on different system. So students, I will just give a practical example. I'll just give a practical example. In USA, I'll just put a practical example, so it will be very much clear. In USA, Alaska, I think you may be knowing there's a state called Alaska. Yes or no? Alaska will have a completely different promotional activities compared with what, students? Compared with, I can say, Las Vegas. Yes or no? Las Vegas. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay, just keep that in mind, students. So that is a practical explanation. It came to my mind, I wrote it, because students, I generally feel, if you are very much into the cases, you will also get it by default in the future. Okay, we are just amateur at the moment, so let's come. So students, I'll come to the application to our business. I can generally say the central region caters for business travelers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes or no? Okay. Similarly, the south region, which is coastal, will cater for whom, students? Summer vacation travelers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Summer vacation travelers. Similarly, the north region will cater for adventure travelers. Yes or no? For adventure what? Travelers. For adventure travelers. So the marketing and sales strategy may vary. Okay, do you agree with me? Yes or no, students? Marketing and sales strategy will vary. Agree?
Yes,
So
sir.
students, now I'll come to the business skill here. I'll come to the people now, that is the green color ink. So I just need to say, who is our marketing director? Lin Hyo. So for Lin Hyo, he also may be aware about this, but it would not click to his mind. So I can just say, it will be better to ask the sales manager of each region on the expected demand and the consumer preferences. And what, students? Consumer what? Preferences. Consumer preferences. Full stop. So another leadership point I can generally say, okay, the leadership point I can say, therefore, the marketing and sales for some region may not require some additional services, such as minibar. Yes or no? Agree?
Yeah. Oh,
Minibar. Okay.
Mm.
So still there can be a problem in value and functional analysis. Now, I think Shanti has done a very good answer, but it has been mostly on brain dumping, not application. Shanti, you can put a Y in the comment box if you could understand how I put your functional and value analysis point. I did not exaggerate it. I just connected it. Are you getting that point, how I connected your answer here? You can just put a Y in the comment box, or a yes you can say. Any questions you can ask. Okay, so thank you students there. So what I'm going to do next, okay, that is also sorted. So what I'm going to do next is value in chain in Alpaca to upgrade. So marketing and sales is also done. So the next thing I can say is support activity. Sankalp, what do you think is the most important support activity here? What are the 4 support activity? Technology, procurement, human resources, and infrastructure. In this, for a hotel industry, what is the most important support activity?
Human resource management.
I do agree with you, but before going into human resource management, I agree with you because
IT.
actually infrastructure students. Because students, you will in a hotel, you will generally see their infrastructure, what is their tanks giving. Actually, infrastructure is the practical consideration here. Are you getting the point what I'm saying? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the facilities they have. So I will just mention here, infrastructure is one of the key support activity for a hotel. Okay, so that I did not explain what is infrastructure, waste of time, because marketing director may generally know what is infrastructure. Yes or no, students? Correct me. So I directly wrote it for the hotel. Okay, for a hotel. So students, I can say we have, so I'll just continue with that. We have all the infrastructure as per the pre-scene, you can write like that also. So this pre-scene is page number 7 as per the pre-scene. So I'll mention page what students? 7. So do you need not copy paste everything? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Okay. That is one method. So I'll come here to Sankal's point. However, the staff resources are less. Correct me if I'm wrong, students. Yes or no? However, the staff resources are less to encounter proactive services in some region. So students, now how can we improve this proactive services within our staff? Like Sankalp was telling, staff is very important. How we can inculcate this proactive services?
By giving training, as we We
Agree. But the issue with the students is training is generally a general thing. Now in hotels, we don't say training, we say role play. Arvind, what is role play? Role play.
Um, is it shadowing others and
Correct.
upskilling?
Shadowing others, imitating others, and explaining how to work. You get the point there. Yes or no? Because if you generally mention Sankalp, training and development, again you are becoming a theory guy. Because here you need to inculcate this by having role play. Okay. After that, something called simulation, pilot run. You get the point what I'm using. Okay. So I can say here, I can say this. So I'll just write it here. So I can write here. This can be developed. This can be developed among employees by asking them to have a role play, comma, pilot run. That means you pilotly test, okay, pilot run, simulation analysis, where you make them simulate some real factors, okay, and also providing recommendations, providing recognition within the staff community as employee of the month. Yes or no, students? Correct me. Employee of the month with some incentives. So this is one way. Now students, now if we are going to do this value chain to upgrade to 5-star, we need to evaluate these factors before we go to the person. Agree or not agree? Yes or no, students? Hello. So again, I am asking you a question. The 5-star rating is generally developed based on this. Review sites are relevant or not relevant for mail and tourist board at the moment. Students, review side is relevant or not relevant for mail and tourist board?
Relevant.
Actually, I don't think for mail and tourist board it's not relevant. Actually, main reason is that that people have not updated. The government in that country has not gone until the area of review sites, but there can be a potential scenario in the future where this can come into the picture. Are you understanding, students? Hello. Tarindu?
But my problem is if now the mail and tourist board is just a government entity, right, sir? So they would not care if the customers are satisfied or not, right? They would only be bothered if we are not following government legislation, right? So
No,
why would
they will be only bothered about their checklist, like you are telling, Tarin. I agree with you.
So
they want to check other factors.
So isn't a review something that the customer, it's an opinion, right? So not like how they feel about the service.
Correct. Now the issue here, Tarindu, is our value system. We are going to explain to the consumers or to Mail India Tourist Board.
Mail India Tourist Board.
So can we be more specific to their requirement? What do you think, Tarindu? Just asking you. No, rather than wasting their time, we go with the government. These are the things you want. All these are documented. And what you are saying is not relevant for this case study, but it's a practical answer what you're saying here. But is that relevant for the Mail India Tourist Board?
Yes. So reviews are not relevant, right, sir?
Not relevant here. Not relevant here. That is the understanding. So students, are you clear? It's not relevant here in this point of view. That's the thing, students. Don't memorize my mocks what I'm giving you. Sometimes you may get the same questions. Again, I'm repeating. Sometimes you may get the same question, but instead of Mail India Tourist Board, they can just mention shareholders. Yes or no, students?
Yes.
If shareholders come means, I think Yusuf, everyone would have scored a lot of marks. You get the point. This is for Mail India Tourist Board. The audience is a different person. So students, this is the answer that is required here. And generally, you need not write so much points also and waste your time. You get what I'm saying here, students. Okay?
Yes.
Students, any questions you have? Part A is done. Any questions you have? Arvind, any questions you have?
So in this value chain, so we are cherry picking. So we are not analyzing all aspects, only
Not
whatever is
cherry
relevant.
picking. It is
No, sorry.
actually it's actually to Mail India Tourist Board.
Yeah, sure.
Relevant, because here it's like business. No, Arvind, it's not
sure.
academics. In business, we only do the relevant things only. Correct or not correct, Arvind?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
even
100%.
when you're applying for a visa to a country, you will only go with what they require. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
You will
Yeah,
not show your entire qualification, everything. You will
yeah,
just show
100%.
what they ask you. So this is
Yeah,
a
sure.
regulatory body. So we need to follow this.
Yeah, sure.
So students, if you have understood the firstly requirement, you can put Y in the comment box. If you have any questions, you can ask. And Eranta, can you just ask me any questions, Mr. Rikas? Thank you, Mr. Rikas. Thank you, Boon. Thank you, Aravind. Thank you, Arman. Thank you, Garvin. Thank you, Tarinder.
Sir, can we, in marketing and sales, can we add the three sources from which we are able to do booking?
Is that relevant for our this Mail India Tourist Board? If they are tax department, yes. For Mail India Tourist Board, are they requiring these things? That will be a more relevant point for a shareholder. You get the point, not for a regulatory body.
Right.
Can I say one example for you, Sankalp? You may be knowing in Indian universities they have something called NAC.
Yeah.
I think even Shanti may be knowing NAC. So when you're doing the NAC work, you will not do in detail. You will just do for what they require. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So you all can write those examples what I'm giving you all. So it will be very much helpful. Students, secondly, please be kind enough to consider the business perspective our hotel will face as a result of this proposal. Business perspective. So a business perspective. Hotel will face when upgrading to 5-star hotel. Students, I'll ask you one question. Can I ask you one question? Your answers, everyone answer is wrong. And Arvind, practical, can you tell me one practical answer here? Your answer was wrong. Now I am there with you all. A practical answer. Business perspective.
If you want to upgrade a file, the most important thing, it has to have 24/7 reception and at least minimum 1-2 restaurants.
No.
It should be open all 7 days.
No. Tarindu?
We need to focus on our IT sections. It says our customer service needs to be more proactive. That means it needs to be like we are not exerting our presence in social media or customers basically need to be able to know resolve their queries instantly. Like if I have a question, I just log into this site.
No. I will ask the next person. Iqbal, any practical thinking you can say? So this is no. Boon, Kin, anything you can think. Mr. Rikas, anything you can think. Even Eranta, you can think something here.
The thing I know that when I was approaching Marriott is about facilities. If we want to upgrade from any star to a 5-star, it's all about facilities and customer service. That is what the business and in order for them to get graded to increase on their level of star service.
Okay. Yusuf, any practical consideration you can think?
So normally when we are go from 4 to 5, we have to upgrade our efficiency from each section. Let's say in human resource, also in the IT. So in the common think of view, we have to like upgrade everything in the internal process.
Okay, very basics.
What
In
about human
criteria?
risk? Like when we are going for a higher rating, our staff might be worried about layoffs, and we are us recruiting more skilled people.
No, Mr. Malik.
That
Competition, no, Gavin. Mr. Malik, any point?
We need to see to grab the market which we have not touched, something like that. We need to look at that angle.
Okay, now I will talk like a businessman. You all think like a businessman. Now, Arvind, can we have a small discussion?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now let's assume you are a customer who has gone to a 4-star hotel and you have a budget for you. 4-star hotel is 10,000 only. So when it becomes 5-star hotel, you will again go for a 4-star hotel. Yes or no? A customer who is used to 4-star hotel will only go for a 4-star hotel. So if you transform into a 5-star hotel, will you lose your existing customer to a 4-star competitor? Can that happen? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Again, I'm repeating. It's a psychological question. Let's assume you are a customer who are always going for a 4-star hotel. So when you are booking, you see the 4-star, you know these are the requirements. Suddenly they have made it 5-star hotel. So you will have a negative thought in your mind. It will be very expensive and costly. So I will again go for a 4-star hotel. And sometimes you may go to a 4-star hotel who is a competitor of Alpaca. Can that happen? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Can I just give you an understanding what happened now? If you generally see Nokia, why Nokia is not able to come up in the market is they have a strong brand. That means that phone can be used for a long period of time. But they misunderstood the customer's impression and they went into the higher end. Correct me if I'm wrong. So when they went to the higher end, customers slowly switched to another area. You get the point what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
So I think Toyota Crown, there is a car called Toyota Crown. It's like a Mercedes level they manufactured. But generally people buy Toyota just for an economic level. So what happened was Toyota Crown did not carry forward because of that branding image. Are you getting that understanding? Even if you see Samsung, they are still finding it very difficult to go to the 5-star range because the J series are only getting hit. The other series are not getting hit because they have a customer base who is used to that. Are you clear with what I'm saying? Mr. Boone, are you getting that point what I told there? Because your existing customers will get confused if you change from 4-star to 5-star because they may not have an enough budget to come to that 5-star hotel.
I understand where you're coming from, but however, in practical science, it doesn't work that way.
How?
The reason is because if you were to convert into a 5-star, the most important thing is in most hotels, what we do is that we want to retain our clientele. So usually for all the clients are loyal customers that has been before, we will give them an attractive rate that is lower than the other new customers, you see, in order for them not to go away. We are fully aware about the implications of the higher cost it will come, but definitely these clienteles who have already been in our list for a while, those are the people that we usually will want to maintain, you see.
I do agree with you, but for a certain extent, what I'm telling you, economy class, business class, let's assume, okay?
Yeah.
Let's assume economy class and business class. A budget airlines transforming themselves into a business class airlines, still that budget airlines consumers, will they shift to another budget airlines consumer? Just a thought.
Yeah, if you compare in that way, yes, the answer is yes.
Yes,
then
but
they
what
will,
you're saying
they will
is
lose the customer.
No, I am saying whatever you're saying is correct. They may not lose some of their loyal customer, but some may got lost. You get the point, Boone. Some will be with them as usual, brand loyal people, but still another guys will shift to the next one. Example, corporate clients may be with them.
Yes.
Leisure travelers may not be with them. You get the point.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks for telling that, Boone. It's a very good observation. So I can say here, confusion in the market. So I can generally say so this is a complete business, so no need to mention. So I'll just write a technical. The market will always position a product. So if the product restructures itself, then there can be a shift to the competitor. Example I just can mention. Toyota developed higher end model cars which were not successful as other economic brand because consumers perceived Toyota as an economic affordable brand. Now, a basic example, Sankalp, you may be knowing Ratan Tata, the Tata Industries in India owns Jaguar and Range Rover, correct? But they don't promote themselves a subsidiary of Tata. They just make it as an independent subsidiary. Have you observed that, Sankalp? They operate independently. Why they do that is, if they put it under Tata, it will become a confusion, yes or no, because the brand will affect it, because it's a premium brand coming in under an economic brand, then the confusion starts. I think that makes a lot of sense here. Fine. So what I will come here is the business perspective. So I can say the 4-star hotels will have a client base which may be affording the cost and their budget. That makes a lot of sense, no students? Yes or no? Full stop. Now I will just come to the next one. The people, that is the segmentation. The corporate clients may wish to continue with 5-star brand due to intangible values such as convenience, additional services. Okay, and then I will come to the leadership point of view. Sorry, still in the Pisnagar. However, the leisure travelers may switch to a competitor offering a good location at a lower budget. Okay, so that is the risk they will be facing. So I'll come to the application of the leadership. So the leader here is our marketing director. So I'll just mention Lin Hyo should be able to conduct an updated market survey for the hotels which will be affected because of this changes. Full stop. Because of this changes. I think that makes a lot of sense here. Students, any questions you have here? We have covered in a blending method the application here. The colors you can see. So any questions you have, students? Any questions? Arvind, any questions?
No, it's fine.
It's fine, no?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, one person is asking a question.
Mr. Phil, once converted to 5-star status, right, we'll be charging premium price so that we won't be making any losses, right?
No, that was not the idea. When we are charging premium prices, will we lose our existing customers? So in some region, the customers may not want a 5-star hotel. They prefer, the majority may prefer, it's better we can come and stay and go. Example, if you see the north region, people are going for adventure. So they will only come to sleep in the hotel. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Rikas.
Yes.
So in that region, going for a 5-star is a non-value adding cost. What do you think?
Yeah, depending on the location you have decided.
Location. So that is the business perspective, what has happened. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Good.
Can I have a question?
Yes, please.
Like, for example, if we know that the customer cannot afford to pay, when we become 5-star, can we send them emails to provide them alternative hotels that we have for 4 stars instead of going to competitors?
I do agree with that. But still, if the alternative hotels are not what they prefer, you get the point, Iqbal.
Yeah.
That will become an issue there. If they don't prefer that alternative hotel, it will become a prefer. I don't know. I'll just say one example. So Tarindu, I think you may be aware there is a hotel in Sri Lanka called Pilavus. You may be aware about that.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So what generally happened was Pilavus is 100% economic. Okay. So they transform themselves into a premium range. So will people pay 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees for that piece that they produce?
No chance.
So ultimately they affected. That was the practical example. You get the point what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes.
And another example I can say, this happened again in Armour Street. You may be knowing there's a shop called Vani Villas. You may be knowing.
Yeah.
100% dosa. They became premium. 100% AC, everything. But that location, Armour Street, is 100% workers area. Correct or not correct? Will people in that workers area come and eat in AC hotel? No, they won't come. If they have started that premium in Velavata, Bambalapiti, at least some income they will get. But Armour Street, again changing that into 5-star range won't work out. Are you now understanding the application, students?
Yeah.
So can you just put a question star for that explanation what I gave you? But don't mention in the exam, Pilavos, everything. A new language you are using. So just get that understanding, student.
Sir.
Yes,
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, sir, you are familiar with Balaji Dosa, right, sir?
Balaji Dosa, yes.
Yes, sir. Now, sir, back then it was Cyber curry, right? As in, night curry, right?
Yes, vegetarian, 100%.
Yes. Now, sir, they are marketing towards the like upper class level or mid class level. Like it's all, they have built the place, right, sir? And it's turning out to be very successful, right? So, how would you recommend making the transition from a?
No, I'll tell you the fact. Now, Balaji will be any even Pilavos will be successful initial stages. That is basics in business. Sustaining that is only the issue here. Now, example, if you have observed, I'll tell you, you may be knowing Pereira and Sons. Even Pereira and Sons tried to work out the premium model. It did not work out. Have you observed that? Some of their branches. They were trying to make it like barista range,
Yes.
but it did not work out
Yes.
because consumers already know this is their value, this is the, but they
Yes.
can change it by having a different brand in there.
How
Like
would
KFC,
how would you
Cargill's.
recommend, sir?
Cargill's quickly took over KFC in a different brand. They don't promote that is a sub franchise. Abans, McDonald's. They don't pronounce themselves as their branch. You get the point.
Okay, then how would you recommend a business that is from a different
Like
target
Toyota
segment
did,
to?
Lexus. Now Lexus is belonging to Toyota, but still they don't promote themselves. It is their car company. You get what I'm saying? They
Right.
completely differentiate. Example, Facebook. Instagram is belonging to them. But now only they are breaking that by putting Instagram by Facebook, WhatsApp by Facebook. But there was a time period, Tarinder, you would have noted WhatsApp was independently
Before,
operated.
yes.
That's how you can do the
Before,
transition.
before it was owned, but they didn't broadcast it to the public.
Correct,
It was
correct,
yes.
correct. So that is clear. So students, that is the practical consideration you need to keep when upgrading into 5-star hotel. So at the next point, I will write the point of Mr. Iqbal. That is compliance cost. He was just mentioning that compliance cost to compliance costs to Mainlandia what? Tourist what? Board.
Board.
So Iqbal, very good. First attempt you have able to think in that angle. Very good. So students, what is compliance cost? Compliance cost means the cost that you are incurring to convert this into 5-star. Do you think the subscription amount will increase or reduce? The license
Increase.
will increase. So is that a business perspective you need to consider, yes or no, students?
Yeah,
Yes.
money.
But frankly speaking, it will be high, students. Frankly speaking, it will be high in the tourism sector. Not a small change. It will be very high. So I can generally say compliance cost can be generally the money incurred to upgrade the facilities as per the regulatory requirement, Fine with that, students? Yes or no? So I will just come here. I can say the application. So I'll write down MTB. MTB is an accepted term. MTB will definitely demand a higher license fee, in order to upgrade the 4-star to 5-star. The 4-star to 5-star. So I will come here now. Finance. Who is our financial director, students? Finance director is whom?
Is Petro.
COTL.
Zio Dias. So I'll just mention
yes.
here Zio Dias should evaluate the cost benefit analysis, including the changes in the pricing structure and the cost structure. Okay, so it's the important thing. And then I'm just going to say the board headed by who is the head of our board?
CEO.
Yes, what is the name? Now see, this you should paste in your wall the names of these people.
Finlay Rai.
Yes, Finlay Ray should consider the long-term sustainable factors, long-term sustainable factors such as the tourism industry, or I can say such as the hospitality industry, the hospitality industry recovering, the hospitality industry recovering, such as the hospitality industry recovering. No, sure, you, sure, Bun. You can take a break. So, students, I just want to say, do you see this article? There is article here. Here, hospitality industry celebrates economic recovery. So, can that article be interrelated here? Yes or no?
Yep.
So, I'll just mention here page. In exams, pre-scene is available. So, you can just glimpse it also. No problems. Page 24. Yes or no, students? So, is this evidence that it is recovering? Yes or no? So, moving into some 5-star hotel still will not have a much impact also. And also, I can say further, a scenario planning. What is the verb I'm using, students? A scenario planning can be done in order to evaluate the impact. Fine with that, students? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Looks good. So, students, another factor that is one is the confusion in the market, compliance cost to Mail Indian Tourist Board. One more thing, students, what you can think? One more thing, what you can think when we are considering this? One more thing, what you are thinking, students?
For a 5-star, can we attract, like chefs and celebrities and promote the brand?
Little bit business perspective. I can come here is financial requirement. What is our current gearing ratio? 20.55, I assume. So my question is financial requirement, whether debt or equity is an important business consideration or not an important.
Yeah. So we need working capital.
We need, in other words, not working capital. That is one requirement. We need finance also, long-term finance. Correct me if I'm wrong. So is long-term finance a factor to consider or not factor to consider in business perspective when we are moving into 5-star? Because generally all the things should be upgraded, yes or no? Correct?
Yeah, sure.
So Tarindu, just asking long-term finance is a requirement or not a requirement? So I can say sources of long-term finance should be considered, but not theory, okay? Sources of long-term finance, needs to be considered. Sources of long-term finance needs to be considered. So I will underline this point, students. Sources of long-term finance needs to be considered. So students, I can generally start here. Long-term finance can be in the point of debt and what? Equity. Okay. So I can generally say this is a must reference. This is a must reference in the exam. The current gearing is how much, students?
20.5.
20.55%. Now, students, one thing, in our current year, have we repaid a loan? Now, let's see, interest-bearing borrowing 398. Now it's 395. Have we a little bit paid back the money? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And students, see here, one questions we have a good cash balance, 188. And why are we still going for bank overdraft? Now, we go for bank overdraft when we do not have money. Agree? So why there is a bank overdraft here? Did anyone think about that? Mr. Rikas, why we still have a bank overdraft here, even though we have cash balance?
Are we anticipating some unexpected expenses?
I think it is a consolidation effect. because some of our 50, we have 50 hotels. Of that 50 hotels, some are having working capital problem. What do you think, students? Yes or
Yeah.
no? But in the consolidation, we don't get the clear picture. Agree with me? Yes or no, students? Because in
Yeah.
consolidation, we are combining all together and putting here.
Mm.
So I still think that some of our hotel chains are having an issue. What do you think, students? Yes or no? Regionally wise.
Yeah.
So I just can make a note of that, students. Just please make a note of that. So I will just mention for the group, I'll just write down the term for the group. We have a good borrowing capacity. We have a good borrowing capacity, a good borrowing capacity. So if the debt finance is cheaper, if the debt finance is cheaper, we can proceed with a long-term loan. Since we can have a tax benefit, we can have what benefit? A tax benefit. So can we check what is the tax rate in our country? Tax rate in our country, have they given the tax rate? No.
Nope.
But can we identify the tax rate? Yes or no? 62 into x, 62 into x, that will be giving you the tax rate, 62 into x. So 62 into x equals, I think the tax here is 8. Okay, so shift solve. So x is giving you an answer. I think it is 12.9%, somewhere around 13, according to the calculation. So we can have a tax benefit of 13%, for tax benefit of 13%. So students, I will highlight this is a homework for you, how to calculate this tax. This tax is a calculation. How did I calculate? You need to find it out. And I will explain also how I found it out, but you need to give a small time. Okay. Or we can go for a rights issue. We can go for what issue, students? Rights issue. Rights issue. Rights issue. We can go for a rights issue. So I'll just come to the application. The shareholders needs to be provided with all information, should be provided with all informations of this proposal. Yes or no, students? Correct me. Information. Since we are a listed company, we are a listed company. We are listed company. So students, one thing, the leadership, what we can do is finance director. That is, our finance director is whom it is Zio Dias. So I can say Zio Dias. So I'll change it to the application, that is the blue color ink. I can say Zio Dias can help, or instead of help, I can say can guide the team to develop NPV analysis, and also a forecast profit and loss statement with relevant ratios. With what ratios? Relevant ratios. Like P ratio. Like what ratio, students? Like PE ratio, price earnings ratio. Full stop. Overdraft could also be obtained, cash discount on special occasion, like doing purchases on clearance of sales bulk. So Gavin, I wanted to ask you, what are the sales in bulk? Is this a manufacturing company or human oriented service company, like a hotel? So clearance of sales. So I think you would have purchased bed sheet, everything in bulk. I think you are telling that. It's a good point. It's a good point. Bed sheet, all we can do it. Thank you. So students, this is the third business factor what we need to consider. But any other business factor, students? Any other business factor that you can think here? That one more business factor. So many are there. I can say health and safety. Arvind, yes or no? Can you
Yeah.
tell about health and safety also? Yes. So I am not
Yeah.
developing that in detail because it's almost the same developing style.
Mm.
So I want you all to develop that. I'll just write down that point: health and safety. Health and what? Safety. Because male India health and safety requirement is there, because at the moment we are not giving proper training to the unskilled labor and we are paying them very less amount also. That is one more point. So any critical point on business perspective, students, that you are thinking here? Business perspective. Now you know the structuring. I think the structuring is very clear. This is how the structuring must be there. Any other thing? We have scored a lot of marks here. Any other thing, students, that you can think here when you're upgrading into 5-star requirement?
So the rates, the pricing.
That we consider in this point. Confusion in the mark.
From the first one, right? Okay.
First one had that. Little things, students. 4-star to 5-star. Any points?
Requirement of more human resource.
I can agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. I can say human resource requirement up to 5-star hotel standard. Up to 5-star hotel standard. That is a good point, because that is a business perspective what we need to consider here. Okay, students, yes or no? Any other factors you will need to consider when you are moving into 5-star?
Sir, with the influx of now, when we go up to 5 stars, we will be getting a new client base as well, right? So
Correct.
we need to be more aware of their needs, sir. Like they might be expecting, like
That
there
I
are
can
certain
put it in
things.
the human resource requirement,
Okay.
because we should upgrade. But one thing I can just write it down: competitor action. Yes or no, students? Competitor actions. Because when you are moving into 5-star, can they quickly move into 6-star or a 7-star? Can that happen or cannot happen? Hello?
Yeah.
It will happen over time.
Over time. Arvind, are you getting what I meant there?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, upgrading. Everyone wants to upgrade themselves. Yeah.
Now, for example, Hutch has introduced 4G in Sri Lanka. So when Hutch is introducing 4G, can dialogue go to 5G? Yes or no?
Yes.
So when dialogue is at 5G, still there will be some 5-star customers moving into the 6-star ranges, and the existing 4-star customers will come to 5-star of your competitor, assuming in future they will get 6-star service at a discount if they follow this range. You get the point, students? Hello, students?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Oh,
I do not
different direction.
understand.
Hello.
So can you explain more something?
I do not understand.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
explain. So what happens is, now let's assume one hotel is going to 6-star. Okay. So what happens is your existing 5-star customers will try to get a new experience in a 6-star hotel. Can that happen? Yes or no? Now you are having around at the moment you have around 6 5-star hotels. Correct? 44 are generally your 4-star hotels. So when your competitor comes with 6-star, will your existing 5-star customers go to that 6-star hotel? Can that happen? Yes or no? To get what is 6-star experience. Hello?
How would they afford the 6-star experience if unless they price cut?
Provided a small incremental difference just to
Okay,
attract your
then yes.
competitors. Then yes,
Yes,
I
possible.
think that way, that's a tactic that is used. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
So example, I can say Shangri-La. You get the point. What Shangri-La did. Now, if you generally see Hilton is there, okay, Kingsbury is there, Shangri-La came inside, little updated version. So I think some people, in order to get experience, would have they gone to Shangri-La? Yes or no?
Okay. Yes.
Maybe Taj is also there. Taj, Samudra, all are very close by. So that is one way of thinking. So the next approach, what I am thinking is, your 4-star customers will always check, okay, if I stick with these guys, I can maximum upgrade to 5-star. So if I stick with these guys, they are always coming with a first move advantage. Yes or no? So will your existing 4-star customer slowly shift to the first move advantage, like what happened in Sri Lanka? Dialog got most of Mobitel customer because people understood that Dialog is the first mover in Sri Lanka. Are you understanding, Tarindu?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that is
yes,
the
yes.
point what I'm saying here. So students, now I'm asking you, these points are theory or practical? What we have
Practical.
developed here. Completely practical. So students, even those who had done last time, you did understand. I developed this based on a past paper only. I aligned it to our question. So I generally say the CIMA papers are similar to this, and you need to improve your writing style based on the application on the exam day. How much ever I teach you, at the end of the day, you will pass if you are able to think on the exam day. You get the point, students? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the challenge we are having here. So that is one more thing. So students, now what I am going to do is I'm completed with this. Any questions you have, students? Any questions you have?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Please.
So, now, sir, you said that when we make the move to 5-star, our existing customers, or we stand a chance to lose customers to our competitors.
Correct.
So, what would be a viable strategy to prevent that?
What will be a viable strategy to prevent that? Is
Yes. How
like
will
Mr. Iqbal was telling, we should not change our pricing strategy with those people and give them at an affordable incremental rate, or give some alternative packages. That is the only method that we can do. But sometimes in the long run, we will end up as a loss-making company. You get the point? Hello?
Yes, but if we give those facilities as a let's say, sir, okay, we have 50 customers who prefer the 4-star range, right? So because of them, we are making 50 sales, right? But then at the same time, we are losing out on the potential customers that we would have made because of the 5-star. So there's an opportunity cost, right, sir?
No. The thing is, we have competitors also, Tarinder, because we only own
Yes.
10% of the share. Still 90%
Yes.
options are there. You get the point there. Loyalty programs,
Yes.
return customer, yes, Gavin. But the thing is, Tarindu, the only way to disrupt this market is 6-star or a 7-star. What do you think, Tarindu? Just I'm telling you. In a market share which you have 10%, if you want to make a disruption, you come up with something not there in the market. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
But
Yes.
this 5-star
Yes,
is already there in the market, and you are also giving 5-star service. So one thing you can identify is your existing 5-star service people, you can just give them an option to transfer to the other one. But making all 44 resorts into 5-star will be a risk. What do you think, Tarindu? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Without proper
So
market research.
isn't it risky on the long run? That's what I'm
High
asking.
risky on the long run, provided you don't upgrade the right one into 5-star hotel. Because Tarindu, I can generally say, if you look at a country like Sri Lanka, others also you can ask questions. Just I'm giving him. Now 25 districts are there. You get the point what I'm saying. Now out of this 25 districts, let's assume around 9 to 10 districts are only developed. If you have observed, the districts with coronavirus is the place which is highly developed. So if you generally see, you may have hotel chains in other districts, but in that district, the purchasing capacity will not come to a 5-star range now, not now. It will take some time to recover. You get the point there. So in that district, if you go for 5-star range, it will not work out. Are you understanding, Tarindi, what I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
for example, if you see Kandy, a basic example, goal phase 1 starting in Kandy now is very early. Correct me if I'm wrong. It should
Yes.
take a little bit
It
time.
will be pointless.
It will be pointless because tourists anyway will come to Colombo only for doing shopping. They will go to Kandy for sightseeing, if I'm not mistaken. And in
Yes.
that region, if you invest much money, you will find a problem. Example, a Kandy city center is just making profit, not supernormal profits. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
Profits
sir.
only, not big profits. That is the understanding there. So students, before going to the next area, I just want to have an individual chat with everyone. So Arvind, are you okay with the learning outcome? You learned something today in the session.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, practical sessions. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Iqbal, did you learn something new in the today's session?
Yeah, I was all practical. This is first time I was theoretical. This is first time I become practical.
Thank you very much. Kin, did you learn anything new in the session today?
Yes, basically how to approach the question directly and practical.
Thank you, Kin. Shanti, did you learn something different? Now I think you may get that hardcore knowledge. What would have happened last time and previously also. Erantha, did you get that understanding what happened last time now?
Yeah, Mr. Pillai.
Value chain is just the model, but did they ask you to write the theory of value chain or value chain to this organization?
Yeah, it's particularly related to the organization. Whatever
To the organization, no, Mr. Erantha. So that is the challenge we have, to think in the exam quickly how we can do it. So I'll come to the next person. Mr. Rikas, do you have any problems?
No, Mr. Fail, understood.
Understood. Mr. Sankalp, any issues?
No, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Yusuf, any issues?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nalaka, any issues? Anything you are able to catch up? Okay. So students, so I think that we have got this. So I want to do the next one. That is, I will email you this document. So students, this is the management case study guidance. So I developed this. I think you can see this. Tarindu, can you say yes if you can see this
Yes,
chart?
sir.
So students, now we should study hybrid. So Arvind, I told you we should study hybrid. So now, for example, these are the three areas: E2, P2, F2. E2 is the smallest area with 11 areas, and if you generally see, P2 has around 12, and F2 has around 19. But students, F2 can be managed. Even though 19 topics, they will not ask all the 19, and only one question can come from F2. E2 and P2 will be usually blended. But the way to pass, I'll be very frank, it is your application to Alpaca. You get the point. Now, if I ask a question, can you pass this question, what I taught you today, without value chain knowledge? Possible or not possible? Arvind?
Yeah, tough. Yeah.
It's possible. Without value chain also you can pass. Yes or no? Because they are not asking you to write the value chain in detail. But with value chain knowledge, without knowledge of Alpaca, can you pass this exam? No, that you keep in mind, students. Because see here, 90% was Alpaca and only 10% was theory. Correct me if I'm wrong. So students, during this time, I want you to go through this, take a printout of this, paste it down. So we are going to study all these things in a blended approach. You get what I'm saying, students? So any doubts, anything you have, you can call me anytime you want. So I will definitely guide you. So students, next thing today, I will give you 2 exercises. I'll send you the mock number 2 today. You don't worry. With the deadline also, because Tuesday will be our class. So if you can send it by Monday, like before 12 noon on your country, it will be really great. I'll send you that guidance also, not yet confirmed. And one exercise I wanted to develop today is, students, I think I have already given a ratio analysis in that PDF document which I mailed you. So today I am going to have the ratio with an extra column called what has happened. You should observe that reason for Alpaca and future consequences, 2 columns. So one column you should fill with what, and other column future. Be more realistic to the segment. Are you getting what I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So
Basically, sir, sorry, sir.
so what I want generally is that ratio analysis, what had happened to Alpaca, the reason behind the changes, and what can happen in the future. And the mock number 2 also I will be sending. Now the mock number 2, you should be very much specific to this. And also after the mock number 2, it will be converted into the computer system, where I will be sending you an email link where you should go to the system and practice. So it will be only 45 minutes. Why I'm not giving that till now is now you should get used to the writing skills, and when the skills are up to date, I will convert it into the timing, the system, where you are going to practice in the system. Now it will be in the Word document. And students, when you're sending the answers in the Word document, when you're saving, you mention mock 1 your name, example mock 1 Tarindu, mock 1 Sankalp, like that you mention your name. It will be very easy because it will not get mixed up when I'm saving the documents. So Tarindu, you can ask the question.
No, sir. Okay,
it's clear, no? It's clear, no?
Yes.
Figure it
Yes,
out. So any questions, Arvind, for today's session?
No, it's fine. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Understood. Mr. Iqbal, any questions?
No, not at all.
No. Mr. Tarindu, I think we have asked. Mr. Kin?
Yep, it's fine. Thank you.
Fine. And Mr. Nalaka, Mr. Rikas, Mr. Aranta, Mr. Malit, any questions? Any questions? Mr. Gavin, any questions for today's session?
One more concern from my side, sir, is Alpaca business model. Can we relate to this question? Because I was trying to do that and I was not focused.
Okay, what is their business model according to your understanding, Mr. Malit?
How they define the value, create value, delivery value.
That one is
Yes.
that's a good point.
Mission statements and also should be part with that. So
I agree with what I'm agreeing with you, Mr. Malik. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. But it's with a very higher level standard. Because today it was like the basics, but very good point. I'll just explain to our class. Now what he told is 100% accurate. So when you are writing, we can connect it. Alpaca, now here what they are saying is Alpaca, our mission is to provide authentic hospital by making difference in our guest and environment. So it is suitable to our business. 5-star, correct or not correct, Mr. Tarindu? Yes or no? Because that point can be mentioned. That point can be mentioned. Aims, luxury hotel operators, that is mentioned. So it's a thank you very much, Mr. Malik. That's 100% agreed. I can agree with you. And also that's a good point that we could not integrate it. And also one thing that he was telling, this one is little important: defining value, creating value, delivering value, capturing value. I will do a value creation question also, but what he was telling is 100% applicable. 100% applicable to this case. I think
so we can relate that, sir, correct? Because I have developed my answer based on this. I mean, within the limited period with the 45 minutes. So fine.
Sure.
Just go through it and we'll discuss that, sir.
Fine, and Mr. Malik, please send me your answer in the Word document. Your document I cannot open.
It's reached you in PDF, huh?
PDF. It's in PDF and it is
fine,
local. It has been encrypted. So just send it me in the Word. I will correct it. And I will share it to the class. So students, I think it's a very good point what he was saying. So it is specifically to that business. Arvind, are you getting what he was telling there? The
yes, indeed.
Statement, the vision statement, it was missed by everyone. So I did not inculcate in that detail because we will come to that detail when we are doing our second mock, third mock. And students, I'm telling you, when we are specializing this, I will increase the number of mocks also so that we will work mostly to that segment. So here I'm doing 1 mock for a day just to give you the writing skills and the application. Fine? So students, can I conclude the today's session?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fine. Yes.
So thank you very much, everyone. See you on Tuesday. We have already agreed on the timing also. So see you on Tuesday.
Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.